Apple just announced a lot of new iPhones, but the names can be confusing. There's the XS, the XR, and the XS Max. How do you know which one to choose? We're breaking down the specs and working out the difference between the cheapest and most expensive phones. On that note, let's start with price. Starting from lowest to highest, the iPhone XR is the cheapest of the bunch, starting at $749 in the US. Next is the iPhone XS, the successor to last year's iPhone X in size. The base price is $999. The XS Max is the most expensive at $1,099, but can cost up to $1,449 for the biggest storage option. Design-wise, they all look fairly similar from the front. The big difference is their size and type of screen. The iPhone XR has a 6.1-inch LCD screen that Apple calls a liquid retina display. The phone comes in 6 different colors. The XS has a slightly smaller 5.8-inch screen, but it is the same size as the original iPhone X. It's also an OLED screen that Apple calls the Super Retina HD display. The big phone on the block is the iPhone XS Max. It's a 6.5-inch phone, also with an OLED screen. It's also the heaviest of the lot, as you would expect, at 7.34 ounces or 208 grams. Both the XS and the XS Max come in space grey, silver, or the new gold finish. Apart from the screen type, the other big difference is that the XR doesn't have 3D touch like the other two phones. Instead, it has a haptic touch feature, so you can press on the screen to launch the camera or a flashlight. All the phones have Apple's newest A12 chip, and all are water resistant up to 30 minutes. The XS and Max can go down to 2 meters, while the R is only rated to 1 meter. As for storage, the XR comes with 64, 128, or 256 gigabytes, while the other two go 64, 256, and 512 gigabytes. There is no home button on any of the phones, and all use Face ID, so your face unlocks the device and authorizes purchases through Apple Pay. They all have wireless charging. The biggest phone, the XS Max, will also let you look at content side by side on the screen. All 3 phones have dual SIM functionality, so you can have 2 numbers on the one phone. Moving to the rear camera, the XR does things a little differently from the other two. It has a single lens 12 megapixel camera at f1.8 aperture. The XS and XS Max, on the other hand, have a dual camera on the back, both at 12 megapixels. The wide-angle lens is f1.8 and the telephoto for 2x optical zoom is at f2.4. All 3 will let you selectively control the blur on portrait mode photos. Around the front, all 3 share the same true depth camera with an aperture of f2.2 and a 7 megapixel sensor. You'll be able to make animojis on all 3. The iPhone XS and XS Max are available on September 21, with pre-orders a week before in the US. If you want to get your hands on the cheaper XR, you'll have to wait a bit longer. It's available on October 26 with pre-orders the week before. So here's the cheat sheet. If you want the smallest size phone with the best of all worlds, that's the XS. The cheapest phone is the XR, and the biggest one is the XS Max, but don't expect all those flagship features to come cheap.